Hello, my name is Amanda Sturgeon, and this is my curriculum project. So the program type that I've chosen, of course, is a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. The structure will be a combination of traditional classroom and online classes over 8 semesters or 4 years. The model I've chosen is more of a basic BSN model. So this would mean that all 4 years are a combination of general education and foundational courses with early start of the nursing courses, as well as integration of some nursing concepts in the science classes and some early clinical exposure. I know this makes it a little bit more difficult for transferring in and out, but I will give you my thoughts on why in a few slides down the road. So the curricula design I have chosen is a core curriculum, which means everyone will have to take the same core classes, but it's going to have a student-centered fusion flair, I'm calling it, which means the students will have some choice in the classes they take. And then the fusion flair would be some hybrid or some combination classes, mixing health assessment with anatomy and physiology, and mixing some pharmacology with patho. It's going to be a fusion class where you kind of create a new class. I'm going to incorporate knitting patterns, including spiraling pattern, which means some of the information is repeated at a higher degree of difficulty. Skills design, which some knowledge and experiences are designed to teach the nursing practices. And a process design, where the emphasis is on concepts to be learned and incorporates flipped classrooms. For the transdisciplinary interprofessional education, if I can arrange this, I would like to have this between nursing students and med students. I would like to do this for specific SIM classes to facilitate communication and practice some interprofessional collaboration during SIMs, and maybe even switch roles if that could be arranged. So my educational framework or philosophy, I am choosing a concept-based curriculum, not to be confused with just a concept-based learning style or approach, but the entire curriculum is going to be concept-based, which is something new some schools are going to. I believe it's pretty difficult and tedious to get changed, but if I'm creating my own curriculum in a new school, then I would start out with this. So why reform a curriculum and change the entire way we teach and do everything? Well, to better prepare nursing students for the next gen NCLEX, I believe that starts in 2023, that will start testing on clinical judgment. So that sounds pretty scary. To meet workforce expectations and lessen the gap between practice and education. Change from a teacher-centered approach where we lead the classrooms and give lectures to a student-centered approach. To promote thinking and problem solving in the classroom, reduce the amount of information they have to learn, but hopefully deepen their learning, and focus on key concepts, and to try to keep up with the changes in healthcare. So hopefully a concept-based curriculum would reduce the information overload that we've all felt in nursing school by learning core concepts and not just memorizing tons of information. So instead of learning all the diseases, we're going to learn one main concept that day or that week or that month, and it's going to be fluid and electrolytes. And we're going to really learn it well to where we can apply it to all the diseases and things that happen to a patient regarding fluid and electrolytes. As soon as we cover something in the classroom, fluid and electrolytes, we're going to immediately go apply that information in a simulation. So every core concept is going to have a SIMS immediately after. So scheduling, I know, would be a little bit different. So the approaches I would utilize would be, again, learner-centeredness. So the flipped classrooms, teachers are not standing up there and lecturing. They have to come prepared, and there will be a lot of case studies and discussion of concepts. And hopefully this will help facilitate deep learning with exploration of the concepts, a little bit more choice for the students, and develop some of that critical thinking that they need. So, like the essentials of baccalaureate education for professional nursing practice tells us, a liberal education is important, and I agree. So there will be a lot of liberal education. It's necessary to understand ourselves and others, to recognize social injustices, learn ethics better, and promote engagement in our community. To try to stay current in our practice, it's critical. So we want to do evidence-based practice classes, safety, informatics, and of course we're going to use clinicals to practice our skills, and simulation. So in my curriculum, the liberal arts education would be concurrent throughout the program to keep it fresh in their minds and show how it's relevant in nursing education and the profession. And we would introduce clinicals and nursing courses early to help to begin identifying their nursing identity and how important the sciences are in nursing. So year one, we have A&P 1, growth and development, English and chemistry. Spring, we have psychology, English comp, A&P 2 with health assessment. There's my fusion class, clinical calculations. Year 2, statistics. Here's my first nursing class, nursing foundations and patient-centered care. That will have beginning clinical simulation practice. And here's my other fusion class of pathophysiology with pharmacology. They say we make a lot of med errors, and I'm a pharm fan, so I'd like to have more than one pharm class and start early to give them time to learn these difficult concepts. And then a spring class, a Spanish class for medical providers. We have our fundamentals of nursing. We start real clinicals there. Nutrition. Year 3, nursing management of care, evidence-based practice with research, and an elective arts class. Spring, we'd have nursing management of care 2, where we get progressively more difficult, and nursing care through the lifespan 1. Year 4, we have nursing care through the lifespan 2, just to continue on. We have a nursing elective class, perhaps critical care nursing or rural health care. I don't think that we're learning a lot of that for those of us that live in the rural areas. Informatics, and then we have an advanced pharm class. I believe we need to go into IV medications, critical care medications, discuss the ISMP and their recommendations on safety. And then of course the spring class will have QSIN review, more safety, because we have failure to rescue, and we can't have so many accidents. We really want to emphasize safety, of course. Professional issues in nursing. Here's my sociology class. I truly believe that is an important class to keep fresh in nurses' minds. And our global health, public health class. And they'll have clinicals for that and a practicum. The admission criteria, I went with a 2.5 GPA. For the reason that sometimes a person's GPA doesn't always truly represent that student, but if they have good scores on their Kaplan, the entrance exam, then they can get into the program. So here's my student learning outcomes. Graduates will use good clinical judgment through critical thinking and reasoning to provide safe and effective care across the lifespan in a variety of healthcare settings. Graduates will improve patient outcomes through leadership, communication, and collaboration. Graduates will continue to support their fellow nurses professionally and personally throughout their career. I think that one's really important as well. And there's my references. Thanks, everyone.